Hello everyone, my name is Asha and today I would like to show you how to build your own spectroscope using materials you can easily find at home. This small device splits the incoming visible light into its component wavelengths or colors, allowing you to see the underlying differences between light sources which look very similar to an unaided eye. In astronomy, spectroscopes a little bit more sophisticated than this one are actually of great importance. By observing the intensity of the incoming light as a function of its wavelength, we can learn a lot about the properties of the emitting source. These range from the chemical composition of our own sun all the way to the age of the most distant galaxies in the universe. Before we dive into astronomy, however, let us first build our own spectroscopes and explore the universe of light around us. This task should take us no longer than an hour if we follow the instructions carefully. Since there is no age limit on fun and science, I would like to encourage everyone to join. However, whenever you see me using sharp tools such as a paper knife or scissors, please make sure that the youngest of audiences are following along under careful adult supervision. On that note, let us all build our spectroscopes. In order to construct your simple device, you will need a piece of cardboard, a toilet paper core, a DVD or a CD disc, black masking tape, and sellotape. You will also need a couple of tools like a ruler, a pair of scissors, a paper cutting knife, and finally a pencil. Once you've collected all the equipment, it is time to prepare the most important element of your spectroscope, the diffraction grating. We'll start with a DVD disc, which is a bit easier to work with than a CD and usually results in a flawless surface. We first make a small cut at the edge of a DVD like so, and proceed to split the two layers of a DVD using our fingernails, just like I am showing you now. Thanks to the double-layered structure of a DVD, we can easily separate the unnecessary shiny top layer from the bottom one, which contains all the grooves making up our diffraction grating. Let us check the unnecessary part out and focus on the beautiful grating firing up with a rainbow of colors. To make use of it in the spectroscope, we'll take our scissors again and cut out a small section about 2.5 centimeters across at the edge of the disc. Mine is a bit too large for the purpose of a demonstration, but you can go ahead and make yours half the size. If you're making the spectroscope together with a bunch of friends, one DVD can easily accommodate 6 devices, so make sure to share with your fellow science geeks. I will now show you how to make the diffraction grating from a CD, which does not come apart as neatly as a DVD disc. Because the CD does not have 2 distinct layers, we need to come up with a clever way of stripping the shiny silver coating from the top. In order to do that, go ahead and grab your paper cutting knife to make a small scratch in the surface around the edge of the disc. Just like so. Then, you will take a piece of sellotape and stick it to the disc on top of the scratch, making sure that the adhesive grabs well onto the surface. You can slowly peel the tape in a direction away from the scratch, peeling off a chunk of shiny coating in the process. Following the successful attempt, you can now continue to strip all the remaining coating from the CD, exercising both your dexterity and patience. Although this activity is very satisfying to watch, I will let your eyes enjoy it during your own spectroscope construction. I will now speed up my recording until I've reached a large enough section to cut out my diffraction grating. And there it is! I think I have enough to extract a decent chunk, so I can grab my scissors and attempt cutting through the CD. Admittedly, this is a harder task than in the case of a DVD, so you might want to put some heart into the process. Although all these steps might seem a bit tedious, I would actually recommend to start with a CD for your first spectroscope. The angle at which you can view your spectra through the device is smaller, and so it is easier to both observe them and take pictures later on. In either case, now that our CD diffraction grating is prepared, we can move on to construct the main body of our spectroscope. We first take the cardboard or cardstock paper along with the toilet paper core. Our pencil will also come in handy, as we need to trace out the shape of the opening twice, once for each end of the tube. Once you have the outlines, you will then cut them out with paper scissors, hopefully doing a better job than I did. Somehow recording all these simple steps on camera makes my precision go completely out of the window. Et voila! Circular cups are done. We'll later turn one of them into a single slit and the other one into a diffraction grating window. Before we do that, let us first mask out the inside of the toilet paper tube to make sure it is both as dark and as non-reflective as possible. In this tutorial, I chose to use black masking tape. However, feel free to get creative and use other materials, like for example paint or charcoal pencils. I will now demonstrate how to efficiently mask out the tube by pulling strips of tape across it one by one. Once you're done, simply cut off the excess tape on both sides and stick the remaining bits around the edge. Of course, once you've completed the single strip, you will then repeat the process several more times until you've neatly covered the inside of the tube. By now, you will have noticed that I speed up the footage quite often in this video. The reason why I do that instead of cutting directly into a ready product is to demonstrate that there are no hidden steps involved and you can easily follow along the tutorial and be sure to successfully arrive at the finished product. On top of that, you can also sometimes spot my mishaps and clumsiness conveniently camouflaged by the increase in speed. Having successfully masked out the tube in this fashion, we may have ended up with messy edges as a result of our excess tape cutting. We will now fix that quickly by taking a strip of masking tape again and sticking it horizontally around the edge. In order to fold the tape inwards, we will make multiple cuts into its section sticking above the rim to reconcile the rectangular strip with a circular edge of the tube. We will of course repeat the process on the other side to end up with a neat and polished look throughout. Just look at that! Clean on the outside and perfectly masked on the inside. Our tube is now ready to deliver crisp viewing of the spectra once we assemble the spectroscope. Let's now make the slit and the diffraction grating window. In this step, you will need your ruler, a paper cutting knife, and most likely a pencil. I will first show you how to make the slit and would like to ask you to be as meticulous in this step as possible. A narrower, more precise slit will give you a crispier image of the spectrum, so it is definitely worth to take your time with cutting. My preferred method is to run the paper knife along the ruler, then move the ruler ever so slightly to the side, and then run the knife again multiple times. I usually manage to get a decently thin slit in this fashion, however it might take several attempts to remove this very thin stripe of cardboard from the circle. And the slit is done. Let's move on to the diffraction grating window now. This step is less demanding than a slit, so you don't need to worry too much about your precision. First, sketch out a square with a pencil and make sure to leave enough space between the corners of your square and the edge of the circle for the window not to rip the cardboard cup apart. Then, you will follow through with a paper cutting knife, tracing out your sketch. Pay attention to the corners, which like to get messy, and remove the inside square to reveal your window. Well done! That's what the window should approximately look like. We will now attach the diffraction grating to the window, and I promise we are almost done with the construction. As I mentioned before, I would recommend using a CD grating first, before you move on to have fun with the DVD. Once you know what to expect from your spectroscope, the higher spectral resolution provided by the DVD will be a real treat. In order to make sure the device is safe to put against our eyes, we need to cut the CD grating so that it does not stick outside of the circular cap, at the same time covering the entire window we cut out previously. Once we are happy with the trim, we can go ahead and stick the grating onto the cap using our good old friend, the masking tape. And there it is! Both our diffraction grating window and the slit cap are ready for the final assembly of the spectroscope. We will first attach our slit cap to one end of the tube. You can stick it on whichever way you like, as long as you make sure that the only light entering the tube has to pass through the slit. I chose to use masking tape again, in order for my device to look neat and consistent throughout. At this point, don't worry about the outside look too much. As long as the slit is unobscured, and in this case it is, you have done a perfectly good job with your construction. Before we can attach the diffraction grating window, we need to first correctly align it with the slit. We'll do that by pointing the slit towards a light source and looking through the window as we hold both pieces together in our hands. We will then rotate the window until the correct spectrum appears. When the grating is oriented correctly, you will see a wide stripe-like spectrum perpendicular to the orientation of the slit. Well done! We have one last step left, attaching the correctly aligned diffraction grating window. Once you are sure of its position, you can go ahead and stick it on, completing the construction of your spectroscope. It is also a good moment to clean up all visual elements in the design we left behind when rushing towards the finished device. Ta-da! Your toilet roll and CD spectroscope is officially ready for its first light. Great! Now that we have successfully built our DIY spectroscopes, it's time to put them into a good use. You can now walk around your home and your neighborhood and look at different light sources to take mental notes and pictures of the spectra that you see. In order to do that, point the slit towards the light source and look through the diffraction grating window. If your slit is oriented horizontally, you'll be able to see the spectrum both above and below the slit. Similarly, if the slit is oriented vertically, the spectrum will be visible both to the left and to the right of the slit. Most light sources are safe to look at through your device. However, please make sure to remain careful at all times and never look directly at the sun. You can examine the spectrum of our sun by looking at its light reflected in, for example, a metal surface. I will now show you a couple of light spectra I could observe around me to give you an idea of what to look for. I have taken the first two pictures directly at my desk, looking at my immediate sources of light. The one on the left is my LCD monitor I use for work, while the one on the right is a white LED lamp on my ceiling in a cool white setting. Since the LED lamp setting can be changed from cool to warm, I recorded this change in real time for you as well. You can clearly see how the spectrum changes between the warm and cool settings, gaining intensity at the blue end. I have also recorded the spectrum of a color LED lamp, starting with white and yellow-white light. Can you see how different the ceiling LED lamp is from this small lamp, despite both delivering seemingly white light? I then cycle through all available colors in the lamp, starting with red, blue and green, and mixtures of the three, for you to see how an LED lamp creates a continuous color circle using its three components only. And finally, I saved the best for last. Can you guess what source you're looking at with all these beautiful emission lines? You can now pause the video for a moment to have a think before I reveal the answer. It is a high-pressure sodium lamp I observed in my street. Depending on where you live, you might not be able to see the spectrum if the sodium lamps were exchanged for a more energy-saving option of LED lamps. Let me know in the comments what you managed to learn about your street lighting with the spectroscope. And that's all for the spectroscope tutorial, I'm afraid. I hope you enjoyed making your own devices and exploring the universe of light around you. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I'm really curious to learn what you were able to see. If you would like to share the pictures of your spectroscope or the spectra that you managed to capture, please reach out to me at the following email address. We will then post those pictures on the Science Week websites for everyone to see. And on that note, that is all for now, I think. I will hopefully see you soon, and in the meantime, stay curious.
Bezos, you want to do science too? Bezos.